Okay, so it says to factor it. So basically you want to look at both of these and you want to see, first I just look at the normal number part. Is there something that goes into both 15 and 45? Well, 15 goes into both of those, so I'm going to divide a 15 out of both of them. And then a to the 6th and a to the 7th, you have to find what they both have in common, so take the lower amount. So they both have at least a to the 6th, so I'm going to divide that out. So I'm going to divide a 15 and an a to the 6 out of it. So I'm going to rewrite it with parentheses. I don't know if you've done the distributive property before. So now I kind of think, well, 15 a to the 6 times what would get me back to this? Well, 1, because I divided a 15 out of there and an a to the 6. Keep your negative sign or your subtraction sign. And then 15 goes into 45 3 times. And then a to the 6 to a to the 7th, there would be just one a left. So then to kind of check it, so here's how you factored it. Okay, to check to see if it's right, you would use the distributive property and just multiply it out. So 15a to the 6 times 1 would give you that 15a to the 6. And then 15a to the 6 times negative 3a would give you negative 45a to the 7th. If you know the laws of exponents, a to the 6 times a to the 1st is a to the 7th. Okay, I'll show you another one in case that didn't make sense. Okay, so this one, let's just start with the normal numbers. So what's a number that'll go into 5, 15, and 25? Well, 5 is the biggest number that'll go into all of them, so I'm going to divide a 5 out. And then if you look at the exponents, the x's, I have x to the third, x squared, and x. Well, I can only take an x out of each of them. That's the lowest one. So I'm going to divide a 5x out of those. Okay, so now come to this first term. So if you divide a 5 out of there, that's 1. And then x to the third, if you divide an x out of there, you're left with x squared. And then I usually just kind of think, well, if I multiply this out, does it get me back to this? So 5x times 1x squared would give me 5x cubed. And then plus, okay, I'm going to come to my second term here. So 5 goes into 15 3 times, and then x times what would give you x squared? Well, it'd have to be an x. You divided an x out of there, plus, come to the third term, 25 divided by 5 is 5, and then x divided by x is 1. So here it is factored. I don't think you have to go any further than that, I'm guessing. That's all it means. There's different ways to factor, so I'm guessing that's where you stop. Okay, so if I look at this one, I'll start with the normal number. What can you divide out of all three of these? The biggest number that goes into all three is 8. Okay, look at your x's. The biggest, you use the smallest one, which is x. So I'm going to divide an 8x out of each of them. Okay, so now 8 divided by 8 is 1. You don't really have to put that 1 there, by the way, when you're typing it in. Okay, and then x cubed divided by x leaves me x squared plus. Okay, I come to my second term. 8 goes into 24 3. And then x squared divided by x here is just an x plus. 8 goes into 45 times, and then x divided by x is 1, so you don't have to put that. So here it is factored. Again, when you're typing it in, you'll probably just put 8x parentheses x squared plus 3x plus 5. And then again, if you wanted to check it to make sure you were right, I don't know if you have a test or something on this, you just can retimes it out. So 8x times x squared would give you 8x cubed plus, again, just kind of reversing it, 24x squared plus 40x. And again, I'm assuming you did this kind of stuff already, so I'm going through it kind of fast. Okay, so this one, same thing. What goes into 22 and 66? Well, 22 is the biggest number. That'll go into both of those. And then a and a squared, well, you can take an a out of both or divide an a out. So 22 goes into 22a just once. The a goes into a once. Okay, minus 22 goes into 66 3 times. And then a squared divided by this a gives me a. All right, and there is my factored answer. Okay, next one. 33 and 11. 11 will go into both of those. Oops. Sorry, rewrite that. So 11 goes into both of them. And then a cubed and a to the 5th. Well, I can take an a cubed out of both of them. Okay, so 11 goes into 33 3 times. A cubed goes into a cubed once, so I don't have to write that. Minus 11 goes into 11 here once. So you could write a 1 there. You don't have to. And then a to the 5th divided by a to the 3rd leaves me with a squared. So here's probably what you would type in. 11a cubed, parentheses 3 minus a squared. That would be factored. Okay, next one. This one, there's no normal number or coefficient that'll go into both, so I'm just going to look at the z's. I can divide a z out of both of those. Okay, so if I start with the first term, if I divide a z out, I'm left with z squared minus, I still have 8 here, and then z divided by z is 1, so I don't have to write that, so it's going to be z parentheses z squared minus 8.